Good morning, everyone. It's Gary from Swiss Indoor Gardens. And today we're going to be planting some potatoes in pots. Right now it's right around the end of February. And what I want to do is I bought some seed potatoes from our local farm store here. And these are early potatoes, so we can plant them now, and by the time they come up, probably harvest them around May, which is perfect timing because we have some in this grow tent sitting off over here that will be ready in about a month, and we have stock now to last us about another month. Let's actually look at the potatoes that we're going to be using. These are the potato seeds that I bought at our farm store. These are Charlotte. These are early potato. You can plant them. They don't mind the cold so much. And they're a white potato. Here we have a Desiree. These are more of a red potato. Slow growing. They're more of a harvest in later on in the month. So we will harvest these not in May, but probably in July or August. The plan is to do about 5 pots today, with splitting between the Charlotte and the Desiree. So now what I'm going to do is prepare the soil that I have. I have several different containers sitting around with some soil that I've used for other crops. And what I do is after I harvest the crops, I let that soil, I mix it all up, add some fertilizer to it, and let it set for a couple months. And then when I go to plant the potatoes, I will then use that soil for the potatoes. Okay, let's get started. One of the things is the pots that I like to use. There are different pots. These have holes in the sides, as you can see here, and in the bottom. There are other ones just like it. You can see here's another one. This is a brand new one. They didn't improve it. They took the holes out of the side and only put the holes in the bottom. I'm not sure why, but it looks like exactly the same pot, but they have no more holes in the side. I prefer the holes in the side. It makes more air get up in, and so the roots are more oxygenated. So this is my theory anyway. So one thing I'll do, one of the first things you have to do is prepare the soil. So here I have, this is alpaca compost, along with some little blackstone stones and a little bit of organic fertilizers that, then I'll just mix all that up very well. All right, that's the first step. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut a piece of felt that goes in the bottom that covers up the holes. This felt does two things. The first thing it does is it keeps the soil from running out the bottom of the pot. So what I do is I just set it over here. This is like an extra sheet. And it doesn't have to be exact or anything like that. I just cut it sort of like so. And like I said, the main reason I do this is so when I water and everything, the soil and everything's not running out through those big holes in the bottom. And it also keeps the roots inside the pot, because the roots of the plant will not grow through the felt. They'll grow around it, but they will not grow through it. So as long as you can keep the roots from growing out, it's much better that way. And then what I'll do is I start filling it up with some of my soil mix here. I spread it around and make sure that the felt has covered all the holes and it's not folded over or anything. Then I fill it to about 1/3 with soil. And I'll take some potatoes. And they're starting to nub out. These are specialty seed potatoes, so I just put them in there whole. And normally I put about 3 of them on the bottom there. 3 of the bigger ones. And then I cover it up again. Now these potatoes that I'm planting now, this is the end of February. And I am expecting to harvest these in beginning of May, middle of May sometime. We have enough potatoes now growing that we'll harvest in a couple weeks. That will last us until May. And then we'll get these other ones in May. We'll get another 25, 30 pounds or 15 kilos, 10 to 15 kilos, which is enough to last us 2 or 3 months. We like to have new crops of potatoes every 2 to 2.5 months. Is what we plan on. So, as you can see, I just plant them in there any old way. There may be a right and a wrong way to do it, but it's been my experience. These are very good seed potatoes that we buy from the local farm store, and they only come once a year, of course, in this time of year. And I just plant them in there like that, pack it all down, and then fill the pot up. And then what I'll do from here is I don't leave them out here in our winter garden or outside. I put them in one of the grow tents, and where it's nice and warm and the soil stays warm, and then they'll start to grow. They'll start to sprout, and once they sprout, once they start to come through the soil, then I'll move them out here or out on the balcony or terrace out there in the sun. The other ones I have inside the grow tent. If you watch my video from the other day, you'll see that I have about 4 pots in there growing in the grow tent, which will be harvested, about middle of March, maybe end of March. Right now we have enough potatoes on hand. We're not in any need of any. Potatoes are a very easy crop to grow. The thing is, you want it to get that pot full. Whenever you plant anything, you want it to, it needs all the space to grow. And as you can see, there's these are what we call blaton. It's a little stone, little clay pebble, and that just helps break up the soil so the stuff can grow and the roots can grow a lot easier. Okay, there's the pot ready to go, and now I'll just put it in the grow tent. I'll water it pretty heavily actually, and then I'll let it set. Then I'll put it in the grow tent, and I probably will water it maybe once a week until it sprouts, because you don't want to overwater it in the beginning. If you overwater it in the beginning, what can happen is that the potato can actually rot inside the soil, and then you won't get anything. So it's better off to let them a little dry and just wait. They'll grow. Don't get too impatient. It's been my personal experience. When I first started growing them, every day I'm checking to see, oh, is it coming? Is it coming? And after a while, I just leave the pot alone, and then I come back a week later and everything's sprouted and going crazy. So it will happen. It's nature. All right, well, there's planting potatoes. There are several different methods you can look on the internet. This is the way I do it. I try to reuse as much of the soil as I can from other plantings. Soil is very expensive here in Switzerland, and good soil is almost impossible to get, so you actually have to make your own. I hope you enjoyed the video today. It's a short one on planting potatoes, and remember, know what you eat and where it comes from, and have a great day.